Vinod sir? Vinod sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we start now, sir?
अश्वनी सर आ गए क्या?
नहीं, अभी तक तो सर नहीं दिख रहा सर।
1 मिनट में कॉल। अब बात की थी। अनुपमा मैम, अश्वनी सर आ गए।
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, sir, can we start now? Sir, can we start now? Ashwini, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, on behalf of the Department of Engineering, School of Engineering IT, ARKA JAIN University, Jharkhand, I welcome Honorable Speaker Dr. Sandhir Kumar Singh, Dean Sir Mr. Ashwini Kumar, faculty members, and all the participants to the national webinar on environmental awareness and sustainable development. We all understand the importance of science, technology, and innovation in our day-to-day lives and the ways in which they are transforming the world. Environmental awareness and sustainability are not only environmental but also ethical and social issues that new generation should consider to minimize its negative impact. Now I would like to welcome our speaker for today's webinar, Dr. Sandhir Kumar Singh. We are really very glad to see you here, sir. Now, there is a request for the participants. Dear participants, if you have any query, put your query in chat box in Google Meet or in YouTube. We will take the question after the webinar. Now, I would like to request Dr. Vinod Kumar Chaudhary to introduce our today's speaker, Dr. Sandhir Kumar Singh. Over to you, sir. Vinod, sir.
Thank you, Anupama. Good afternoon, everyone. Without environmental sustainability, economic stability and social cohesion cannot be achieved. To know how to adopt study to environmental sustainability, I am inviting our eminent speaker, Dr. Sandhir Kumar Singh, Faculty of Physics IIIT. Sandhir Kumar Singh is a professor of physics having more than 20 years of teaching and research experience. He worked for many reputed institutes like Mining Institute, Government Polytechnic Baga, DAV Institute of Engineering and Technology, Daltonganj, Cambridge Institute of Technology, Ranchi, are currently serving for IIT Ranchi. He is one of the pioneers in starting new laboratories of physics and basic electronics at Government Polytechnic Baga Dhanbad. Along with teaching responsibility, he is also acting academic responsibility like nodal officer, purchase officer, IIT Ranchi, faculty in charge of student affairs, member of Women's Cell. Dr. Singh has published 15 research papers in international journal. Once again, I welcome you, sir, to enlighten us with your thoughts. Over to you, Sandhir, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vinod Kumar Chaudhary and Dr. Anupam Kumari for introducing me. First of all, I would like to thank the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor S.S. Reddy, Registrar Mr. Jasbir Dhanjal, Dean School of Engineering and IT, Professor Aswini Kumar, and all who are present over here. It's my pleasure to present my view in this webinar, Environmental Awareness and Sustainable Development. We all know that it's a very burning era, burning topic. It's a very burning topic. We all are running for development. Due to industrialization, due to technology enhancement, due to increase in populations on our mother earth, we are demanding, we are using the natural resources without caring. And due to that, there may be a chance one day these resources will be lost. Its stock is limited, no? So that's why we should be very much aware about our environment. And we should go for such type of development which lasts forever. Gandhiji has told that Earth has given everything what we needed, but we cannot fulfill the need of a greedy person. So let's start our presentation. This is the outline of my talk. We will introduce the topic first, then we will talk about need of environmental awareness in today's era. We will talk about the environmental awareness, then we will talk about the major concern of environment like environmental pollution, greenhouse effect, global warming, ozone depletion, acid rain, and then we will talk about sustainable development, its definition, its key elements and theories, and government planning for that. In the present scenario, due to human activities, environmental degradation is in an alarming condition, and it results in various environmental issues such as global warming, ozone layer depletion, greenhouse effect, rise in seawater level, improper monsoon, and acid rain. Science and technology have given immense benefit, but we are paying a high price for it. There is a wrong myth that economic development is based only in industrialization. But in the international organizations such as World Bank and International Monetary Fund, environmental degradation is considered as the norm. Science and technology can, however, help the progress of global sustainable environment in a limited way, but they cannot deliver it. The success of the lies in its implementation part. In spite of conducting more conferences, seminars, and world summit towards the protection of environment for the past 2 decades, the present world is environmentally less sustainable than in the previous days. The progress, whatever the rich developed countries have, has largely been achieved through the relocation of their dirty manufacturing facilities to poor developing countries. However, the relocation of the manufacturing facilities in this way cannot address the growing problem of anthropogenic pollution. It merely changes the jurisdiction of the population created from the rich to the poor world. Therefore, in order to achieve the acceptable level of global environmental sustainability, the citizen must be empowered with
संदेह सर,
essential.
संदेह आपका पीपीटी शेयर नहीं है.
Wait. Okay, sir. Okay. Let me share it.
Sorry, disturbing you, but
Yes. Let me share it.
sir, full screen is.
Yes. Just a minute. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, after all, we are going to discuss this. Let me. Now, we are going to have a discussion on the major issues which we are facing. The major issues which we are facing is the pollution. Pollution is the major issue that we are facing, and environmental pollution. Environmental pollution can be defined as any undesirable change in physical, chemical, or biological characteristic of any component of the environment, that is air, water, soil, which can cause harmful effect on various forms of life or prosperity. Now, what is pollutant? Pollutant is the substance which cause pollution and which are harmful to our body and even human beings or animals, plants, etc. The major environmental pollution are water pollution, air pollution, land pollution, noise pollution, and radioactive pollution. See how we are polluting our water. Water pollution can be defined as alteration in physical, chemical, or biological characteristic of water through natural or human activities and making it unsuitable for its designated use. Fresh water present on the earth surface is put to many uses. It is used for drinking, domestic and municipal uses, agricultural, irrigation, industries, navigation, recreation. The used water become contaminated and is called wastewater. So some sources of water pollutions are, most of water pollution is man-made. It may also occur naturally or by addition of soil particles through erosion, animal waste, and leaching of minerals from rocks. The sources of water pollution can be classified as municipal water, wastewater, industrial waste, inorganic pollutants, organic pollutants, agricultural waste, marine pollution, thermal pollution, etc. See, this is the municipal waste. Municipal waste is directly disposed inside the water and it contaminate our water body. Industrial waste is the major source of water pollution. We are the industries without treating the water, they directly dispose their waste inside the water, and this way they contaminate our water. We all know how important is water for our life. This is the inorganic pollutants present in the water. It includes fine particles of different metals, chlorides, sulfates, oxides of iron, cadmium, acid, and alkalis. Organic pollutants, it includes oil, fat, phenyl, organic acid, grease, several other organic compounds. Now, agricultural waste. Chemical fertilizers and pesticides have become essential for present day high yielding crops. Consequently, they have become a potential source of water pollution. We have marine pollution. Oceans are the final sink of all natural and man-made pollutants. Rivers discharge their pollutants into the sea. The sewage and garbage of the coastal cities are also dumped into the sea. The other sources include discharge of oils, grease, detergent, and radioactive waters from the ships. Now we have thermal pollution. Thermal pollution of water is caused by the raise in temperature of water. The main source of thermal pollution are the thermal and nuclear power plants. The power generating plants use water as coolants and release hot water into the original source. Sudden rise in temperature kills fish and other aquatic animals. Now, how to prevent this water pollution? We should have some some means through which we can control the water pollution. First of all, we should learn how to conserve water. Conserve water by turning off the tap. Sometimes we are so careless, we don't even turn off the tap. Water, if it is flowing, it is flowing. So many water is wasted this way. Sometimes we see when we are passing by somewhere, some taps are overflowing continuously, and water is just passing through the canals, and this way we are wasting water. So conserve water by turning off the tap. Don't throw paints and oil in water channels. Use environment friendly household product such as washing powder, household cleaning agents, etc. Take great care not to overuse pesticides and fertilizers. Don't throw litter into the rivers, lake, or oceans. Moving to next, air pollution. This is also very serious concern for the society. We all are reading in newspaper and watching television how the metros facing this air pollution. People are getting trouble in breathing, and they are facing breathing problem. So air pollution is what? Air pollution is the introduction of chemicals, particulate matter, or biological material that cause harm or discomfort to humans, living organism, or cause damage to the natural environment into the atmosphere. A substance in the air that can cause harm to humans and environment is known as the air pollutant. So, causes of air pollution: carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur oxides. These are the substances whose proportion if increased in the environment, this causes the air pollution. Now, consequence of air pollution. CO2 is a good transmitter of sunlight, but it also partially restrict infrared radiation going back from the earth into space, which produces the so-called greenhouse effect that prevent a drastic cooling of the earth during night. CO2 in atmosphere basically is responsible for global warming. How to control air pollution? The coal fuel should be replaced with gas fuel to control the air pollution. The automobiles must be designed with emission control system. The waste must be removed and recycled in the industrial plants and refineries. Plants like pine and rice need to be planted to metabolize the nitrogen oxides and other pollutants. Timely servicing of car helps to keep it in a good condition and also minimize fuel exhaustion. Using public transport helps to prevent the air pollution. Using alternative energy sources like solar energy, hydroelectric energy, and wind energy will be a better option. Maintaining a healthy distance between the industrial and residential area. The chimney should be constructed tall inside so that the emission must be released higher up in the environment. The sulfur must be removed after burning. The gasoline must have anti-knocking agents. The mining area should be planted with trees. Now, moving to next, we have land pollution. See how we are polluting our motherland. We are just throwing the garbage or litters in the open space, which contain so many chemicals and organic and inorganic compound which are not good for the soil. So land pollution is the demolition of earth's land surfaces often caused by human activities and their misuse of land resources. It occurs when waste is not disposed properly. Urbanization and industrialization are major causes of land pollution. The four main causes of land pollution are construction, agriculture, domestic waste, and industrial waste. Building take up resources and land. The trees are chopped down and used to make buildings. Take away the places for animals and other organisms to live. As there are more and more people inhabiting the earth, food is in higher demand, and so forests are chopped down and turned into farmland. In addition, herbicides, pesticides, artificial fertilizers, animal manure, and washed into the soil and pollute it. Tons of domestic waste is dumped every day. Some waste from homes, offices, and industries are being recycled or burnt in incinerators. There is still a lot of garbage, such as refrigerators or washing machines, that are dumped in landfills simply because they cannot be reused in any way nor recycled. Plastic factories, chemical plants, oil, refineries, nuclear waste, disposal activity, large animal farms, coal-fired power plant, metals production factories, and other heavy industry all contribute to land pollution. So, how to control this land pollution? Limit the use of fertilizers and pesticides, awareness about biological control method and their implementation. The grazing must be controlled and forest management should be done properly. The afforestation and reforestation must take place. Proper preventive methods like cells should be used in area of wind erosion and wind breaks. Now, moving to next, we have noise pollution. Noise pollution is excessive, displeasing human, animal, or machine created environmental noise that disrupt the activity or balance of human or animal life. Sound becomes undesirable when it disturbs the normal activities such as working, sleeping, and during conversation. World Health Organization stated that noise must be recognized as a major threat to human well-being. So we have sources of noise pollution, transportation system, construction of building, industrial noise, loudspeaker. These are the common way through which we are producing the noise. Effect of noise pollution. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, there are direct link between noise and health. Also, noise pollution adversely affect the lives of millions of people. Noise pollution can damage physically or psychologically health. High blood pressure, stress-related illness, sleep disruption, hearing loss and productivity loss are the problem related to noise pollution. It can also cause memory loss, depression and panic attack. Solution for noise pollution. Planting bushes and trees in and around sound generating sources is an effective solution for noise pollution. Regular servicing and tuning of automobiles can effectively reduce the noise pollution. Social awareness program should be taken up to educate the public about the causes and effect of noise pollution. Workers should be provided with equipment such as earplugs and for protection. Similar to automobiles, lubrication of the machinery and servicing should be done to minimize noise pollution. Soundproof doors and windows can be installed to block unwanted noise from the outside. Regulations should be imposed to restrict the use of play loudspeaker in crowded area and public places. Factory and industry should be located far from the resident. Now, ways to stop pollution. We believe that it is the responsible thing to do to increase recycling. It is just like doing laundry and separating blacks and colors. The resident of the country should also try and do their part and put in at least one day of litter picking up. Now we have radioactive pollution. Despite the advantage of nuclear as a clean energy, the big concern is the resulted from nuclear reaction, which is a form of pollution called radioactivity. Radiation will from radioactive pollution. Causes of radioactive pollution: nuclear power plants, nuclear weapon, disposal of nuclear waste, uranium mining. Effect of radioactive pollution. The diseases include blood in cough, ulcer, swelling of bone joints, cancer, lung cancer, skin cancer, bone cancer, eye problems. How to prevent of radioactive pollution? Avoid constructing nuclear power plants, avoid using nuclear weapon, have proper treatment for nuclear waste, avoid mining for uranium to a minimal. Now we have certain issues which we are facing in day-to-day life. We sometimes heard about acid rain. These are the very environmental concern. So acid is formed and this is due to the presence of the oxides of sulfur and nitrogen inside the atmosphere. They make acid in contact with water, and during rain we receive this acid rain. We have ozone layer depletion. We all know that due to depletion in the hole in the ozone layer, the ultraviolet rays are directly coming to the earth and which harms our skin badly. See how UV rays coming to our earth, and it has a very negative effect on living beings. Now, global warming. Global warming is rise in the temperature of the environment. This is due to the greenhouse gases which are present inside the environment. So global warming basically refer to rise in the temperature of the surface of the earth, and greenhouse effect is a process by which thermal radiation from planetary surface is absorbed by atmospheric greenhouse gases and is re-radiated in all directions. So the only solution is go green and reduce CO2. Now, what is the objective of this environmental awareness? Environmental awareness should foster appreciation of environment. It should help different groups and individuals to acquire awareness of and sensitivity to the overall environment and its applied problems. This will also enhance the appreciation of type and quality of life in these zones. Environmental education should help social groups and individuals to gain a variety of experience in and acquire a basic understanding of the environmental and its associated problems. The people should be informed of their roles in causing environmental problems around them. Deforestation, overgrazing, bush burning, desertification, erosion, loss of soil, fertility, etc. Environmental awareness should help acquire a set of values and feeling of concern for the environment and the motivation for the active participation in environmental improvement and protection programs. Individuals and groups need to adopt ethical values that awaken a strong feeling for environment and all its living and non-living components. Environmental awareness should foster and assist in acquiring conservation practices and the skill needed to prevent environmental degradation, that is, erosion, control through the use of biological and mechanical method. The people should be taught how to mobilize their human and natural resources to prevent ecological problems. Environmental awareness should enable the people to assess government programs and land management practices that are being introduced. Environmental awareness should provide opportunity for social groups and individuals to be actively involved at all levels involved in working towards resolution of environmental problems. So this was all about major issues why we should be environmental aware and what was the issues that made us thought about these problems. So we have discussed here in very brief. Now moving ahead, what is this sustainable development? Sustainable development does not imply absolute limit to growth, and it is not a new name of environmental protection. The concept leads a unique meaning to development and sets an integrated target for the measurement of development, which has a combination of parameters including economic status, poverty, education, health, women empowerment, harmony, physical connectivity, and environmental aspect. So, sustainable development may be defined as it is the harmonious integration of a sound and viable economy, responsible and appropriate governance, social inclusiveness and cohesion, and environmental integrity to ensure that development is a life sustaining process. Now, education for sustainable development. We should be educated for sustainable development. The citizens should be given training through education so that they can think about the sustainable development. In UNESCO 2005 summit, it has been acknowledged that there is no single route to sustainable development. Furthermore, it is coherent that understanding and visions for sustainability will be different for each of us, and that we will need to work together to negotiate the process of achieving sustainability. The concept of sustainable development was popularized in 1987 with the publication of the Brundtland Report, the report of the World Commission on Environment and Development. This landmark report highlighted the need to conceptualize sustainable development that would meet the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Now we have these three keys for sustainable development. One is the environment, social, and economic. We should have a balance between all these three for sustainable development. Economic sustainability. The idea of economic sustainability promotes the use of available resources in an efficient and responsible way that provides long-term benefit and establishes profitability. We need a sustainable economic model that ensures fair distribution and efficient allocation of our resources. This pillar ensures that our economic growth maintain a healthy balance with our ecosystem. The social aspect of sustainability focuses on balancing the need of the individual with the need of the group. As a global citizen, we must never turn a blind eye to social disruption that threaten the well-being of people and our environment. This pillar supports initiatives like peace, social justice, reducing poverty, and other grassroots movements that promote social equality. So we have learned that these three are the pillar of for sustainable development. They are society, environment, and economy. See, in this diagram, all the three are interdependent. So pillars of sustainable development, how they are: sustainable development is keeping a perfect balance between economic development, social development, and environment protection. All pillars are mutually inclusive and interdependent. So among all, environment has the largest area of influence. Economic pillar has the a smaller area of influence determined by social organization, and both society and economy are subset of nature, hence its preservation are managed. Education for sustainable development is a dynamic concept that encompasses a new vision of education to empower people to assume responsibility for creating a sustainable future. Its overall aim is to empower citizens to act for positive environmental and social change, implying a participatory and action oriented approach. Sustainable development, education for sustainable development is fundamentally about values with respect at the center, respect for other, including those present and future generations, for difference and diversity, for environmental and for the resources of the planet that we inhabit. Education enables us to understand ourselves and others and our links with the wider natural and social environment. And this understanding serves as a durable basis for building respect, along with a sense of justice, responsibility, exploration, and dialogue. Education for sustainable development claim to move us to adopting behavior and practices that enable us to live a full life without being deprived of basics. So education is an essential tool for achieving sustainability. Education at all levels can shape the world of tomorrow, equipping individuals and society with the skills, perspectives, knowledge, and values to live and work in a sustainable manner. It directly affects sustainability plans in the following area: implementation, decision making, and quality of life. An educated citizenry is vital to implementing informal and sustainable development. Nations with high illiteracy rates and unskilled workforces have fewer development options. An educated workforce is the key to moving beyond an extractive and agricultural economy. Decision making, good community based decision which will affect social, economic, and environmental well being also depend on educated citizens. Quality of life. Education is also controlled to improving quality of life. Education raises the economic status of families. It improves life conditions, lowers infant morality, and improves the educational attainment of the next generation. There are key action themes for education for sustainable development. They are as follows: gender equality, where each member of the society respect others and plays a role in which they can fulfill their potential. Health promotion. Schools should act not only as center for academic learning but also as supportive venues for the provision of essential health services in collaboration with parents and the community. Environment. Teaching society how to behave responsibility and respect the environment lies at the core of education for sustainable development. Rural development. Education and training are essential in addressing rural poverty and ensuring sustainable development in this part of the world. Cultural diversity. Education sustainable development aims at promoting teaching which respect indigenous and traditional knowledge and encourages the use of indigenous language in education. The integration of